So welcome everyone. It's really a privilege, and I am very thrilled to see so many people that joined our webinar. And thank you for taking your time because it means that you understand the importance of actually bringing AI into your business. I just want to compliment all Jet that have decided to actually create a business bootcamp around this topic, really keeping with the trends and seeing how important it is. I don't know if any of you read the book by Arthur Goldstack, The Hitchhiker's Guide to AI. Highly recommend. And he's saying that if businesses that don't use AI will be replaced by those who do. So I think it was one of those wake-up calls that many times we get, whether it's from a book or where we see other businesses going that route. And when you went in, you have filled a very quick survey asking you at the level of your knowledge, skills, intervention with AI. Poncho, do we have sort of an idea of the number of the average? Yes. Okay, you'll give me the results, but whether you pressed 1 and said, listen, I tried to ignore AI, but I know it's there, to 3, basically AI and I are besties, and I go to sleep, eat, drink, everything with AI. Whether you did 1 or 2 or 3, I really hope that today you will come out of this webinar with valued resource and valued insight that can really help your business grow. I have been introduced to Zoom again. I mean, Zoom gives me the COVID, we usually use Teams, but I've found this emojis on your, if you look at the emojis, and I want to ask you if you can if you can describe the way you feel about AI through the emojis. If you can just click on the emoji that will describe how you feel about AI. And you can do it now. Will I be able to? Yes. Okay. Do it on the chat. Okay, just have an idea. Okay, some are scary. Okay, interesting. I also want you to please check the chat as Tracy mentioned. And I really want you to please ask questions, comments, and even, oh, okay, Ghost, even your experience with AI, anything will really give us insight into the type of what we have in the room, because then I can talk more to where you at. So I see a lot of you have either smile, ooh, okay, not so happy, scary, so lots of 1s, but also 3s. Okay, thank you for sharing that. I want to then ask you, if you, for example, imagine that there is a genie, digital genie, that instead of rubbing it and getting maybe 3 wishes in your life, if you were to really have the genie digital, that you can ask him for anything for your business. So what is the one thing that you'd immediately ask this AI superpower to do to free up your time and boost growth? So if you can also share that on the chat, so we have an idea of the type of things that you really, really would have loved to have, whether it's an HR, a person that can handle admin, whether it's somebody that can project manage, write marketing, analyze data, or maybe expertise in legal or tech, anything. So if you can share with us. And I've been working with AI, I'm the CEO of Otis A, and I've been implementing AI. I know that my team has been inundated with examples and things that I've found out as we go along. And so that's where my background comes in, is really through reading, following up trends, social media, which I'll also talk about there. But I also wondered if some of you may have remembered that survey that was sent to you when you registered to the seminar, to the webinar, and we basically asked you, what are the learning outcomes that you would have liked to achieve from the webinar? And as you can see, this is what came out in the survey. I just also, because we are short with time and I want to do practical work with you, I am going to incorporate some AI tools that I used. We do in our work a lot of presentations and reports. And when you look at that, it looks okay, not very professional, not very sleek. I want to show you a tool called napkin.ai. And by the way, all these resources will be sent to you, so you don't have to worry about writing and noting or anything. And Tracy will also put it on the chat. Napkin.ai is one of the AI tools that you can use for free. I think that we'll talk about the free versions and how to utilize that, but it's been fantastic in putting reports and or proposals or making really documents look professional and sleek. And as you can see, most of you really, what you were asking for is practical tools, AI in work or business, and how to keep up with the trends. And this is basically how I've built that presentation, this webinar today. That my agenda is based on what you have actually asked for. So I looked at what practical tools we can use from a business point of view, and learn how we can actually utilize AI to make tasks faster. And also, there's quite a lot of information about how to staying ahead with the trends. And as I discussed, AI is your modern genie. It's got 24/7. You can have access to this genie 24/7 and 24/7. You can ask them anything. It's a very versatile assistant. And if you look at the three things that I think have been really amazing about AI, that one, it frees your time by automating repetitive tasks. It improves decision making because you can analyze large amount of data, and it can also personalize customer experience. Now, I want to share with you two tools that we at Ort are, and I'm sure every business can benefit from creating videos, because if you were to go and create a video to your business, for your business, it will cost a lot of money. So one of the things I've been looking for is the best platform that I can use for free. So Vid, and I'll show you how I found out about Vid. Vid is is a AI platform where you can actually ask the platform, you can put a prompt, and in the prompt, I said to Vid, I'm presenting a webinar to small business owners, and I asked it to create a video that demonstrate the frustrations of a business person with admin work, and how AI is like a genie house power for the business. That's what I asked the video to make. I'm not going to go into that how practically. I just want to show you what came out of it.
I used to sit at my desk, staring at problems with no clear answers. Then AI showed up, like a genie, but digital. Now, insights appear in seconds. Decisions get smarter, and time, I get it back. It's not magic. It's AI working like a modern genie for my business.
That's Vid. Then I went into Google Gemini. Now, Google Gemini has the option for you to subscribe for free for 1 month trial. And that would be my recommendation to you, because there are so many tools out there that may either specifically for your industry or generic that are very promising. Many times you start subscribing to the AI tool, give them a lot of information, and then you find out that it's actually a paid version. And if you want to get, let's say, whether it's the video or the image, you have to pay for it. So my suggestion is when you explore an AI tool, look at the pricing and see if there is a free version to this AI tool. So explore before you buy. Try before you buy. That would be one advice I would give you. So Google Gemini, and I asked Google Gemini to create a short video describing a businessman frustrated in his desk, sitting in front of a laptop. And as he opens the laptop, an AI genie comes out with a whole lot of symbols and he feels relief. That was the prompt that I gave the Google Gemini option of, as you can see, the video option, and look at what it created. So this is what was created by Google Gemini. Try it. You can get. I know many of you are on Google, so if you go to Google Plus for 1 month trial, and you can then see whether you choose to use Google Gemini, and some of my staff prefer that to ChatGPT. So basically, what you've seen here, you basically have here employee at your disposal. It's available 24/7, anytime, anywhere. It's expert in every field. But what I want to speak about very shortly is that there are cons with AI, with this type of platforms. Obviously, it needs connectivity, but it can sometimes hallucinate. So you must always check the information that you receive from the platform, that it does not have mistakes. Because you do not want to present something that has mistakes in it. So you must really read it very carefully. Another thing I find with those platforms is that it tends to please rather than challenge. So if, for example, I would say to ChatGPT or any of them, Claude, I don't know about Claude. I think Claude is clever. If I were to say, write me an article, how the brilliant work that ANC has been doing in this country. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking politics, but just as an example, he would actually write a beautiful article, a very beautiful and convincing article about the wonderful work that ANC has done. So this is where the work that I want to do today is looking at the prompting, because the quality of the prompting will be the quality of what you get out of it. And also be aware of imposters. So many times when you start exploring AI tools, and then we know how the phone works, suddenly a whole lot of imposters will come out for you to install them, calling you to install those apps on your phone, and really make sure that this is the right. And they look, by the way, the logos look the same as the logo, whether it's ChatGPT or Google Gemini or the others. So always check very carefully that it's not an imposter. As far as terminology is concerned, you hear a lot about AI and generative AI and LLM. Because we'll be using the LLM, I just wanted to do it very briefly. So artificial intelligence is really us trying to teach the computers to think like human. And believe it or not, these AI tools that we're using are considered weak AI. You may have heard a lot in the media talking about AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, which is really mostly more cleverer than the AI we're using now. So that's to come. That will be with the trends. When we look, AI is the generic term, the umbrella term, and then generative AI, anything that creates new content, text, image, code, videos, is that what is described as generative AI. And so if we look at AI as the toolbox, generative AI will be the tools, and one of the tools of generative AI will be the large language models that really are very strong in the language and this is what we will explore today. There are 4 main drivers in the market: ChatGPT, which is under OpenAI, Gemini, which is under Google, Claude, and Copilot. I will touch mostly on ChatGPT. That's my favorite. And I use the upgraded one, which is the $23, which I think is really worth it if you think you're getting an additional expert and employee in your team. I'm sure that most of you will know where to find ChatGPT, whether it's on your browser, desktop, on your phone. You can download it as an app. But I don't know if you're aware that you can also add ChatGPT on your WhatsApp contact. And that is really a life-changing because you basically have your AI platform right at the tip of your finger. So that's will be shared with you. Okay, so now I don't know if you checked your chat, and I will probably need Tracy or Poncho to help me here. What we asked is if you can write on the in the chat your company's name and your marketing message for your company. And then I asked Tracy or Poncho to help me choose one of you. We'll unmute you and we'll do some practical work. So have we got a winner? And obviously you will need to let us know if you would like me to use your company as in that experience. So while the team is going to look and choose one, I'm going to share ChatGPT. We're going to go to ChatGPT and three. We'll need to choose one. Oh, you'll need to choose one. Okay, let me just show you ChatGPT in the meantime. As you can see, this is where you ask, you query. This is where you put your prompt. When you write articles that remember I said to you that the ChatGPT or the platforms can be people pleasing, and you want to really make sure that the article is backed with sources. You then do deep search. Now, as you can see, with deep research, there are a limited number of deep researches that you can do a month. You can also create an image immediately straight from the from the prompt. And if I click here, it gives you all the history and something that I really love, because as I said, there are so many AI tools. When I look for something specific that I would like to explore and ChatGPT or Google Gemini or the others can't do that, I go to Explore GPTs, and it's got a library of various platforms that you can use for various things. So if, for example, I would like to look for an AI tool in recruitment, I will actually search it here. And it's a really nice way to start exploring the different platforms out there. I'll go back to ChatGPT, and have we got a winner? Trace, Poncho, you have to choose one.
Yes, we do. The winner is Karen Bachra, the training boutique, learning designed for you.
Karen, let's dive in. Are you ready? Okay, so we're going to do, so when we were introduced to ChatGPT, I can tell you in November 2022, my daughter started sending us funny things, and it was really a nice game and sort of things that we did with my family. But slowly we realized the potential. But I want to really dive into the potential of ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you usually how we do when we ask ChatGPT to do certain things. So Karen, your company is, what is it called?
The Training Boutique.
So I own the company Training Boutique, and I would like to improve my marketing message. What is your marketing message?
Learning designed for you.
Learning designed, very nice actually. Learning designed for you. Okay?
Yeah. And sorry, I don't
That's
know if
all.
it makes a difference. It's the training boutique.
Yes, yes, yes. No, we have to do it properly. The training
Yeah.
boutique. I will then do, and let's see what comes out. Okay, learning design for you is a solid foundation. It's short, personal, and suggests customization, and then it gives you some suggestions for improvement. Training that fits you, not the other way around. So you can see the different types of suggestions that he gives you to improve your message. And then he says, would you like variations that target a specific audience, etc. But I want to do it differently. And this is where the secret of those platforms are, because what you put in is what you'll get out. So if we put a very weak prompt, we'll get a weak outcome. If we put a strong prompt, we'll get a strong. So AI is not as smart as you think. AI is smart as how you make him smart. So in the slides that you will get, I wrote an example, by the way, you can even improve that. And you can see that we'll go through the principles of prompting, but principles of prompting talks about being specific, giving the context, and giving the tone, target audience, and even using an expert, okay? Now look at that. Here, what you've got on the slides that you will get, I've actually already put it on ChatGPT. I didn't write down the name of the company and the message, but now look at that. This is what I've put onto ChatGPT, and now it asks me, what area of expertise do you want this ChatGPT to think like? Do you want it to think like a branding expert, SaaS marketer, e-commerce strategist? What do you want this specialization to look at? Do you want it to look at conversion optimization, growth campaigns, B2B partnerships, the company name which we have? What is the message about? Is the message about pitching a new product, inviting partners, explaining your values, and so on? So this is where we're going to dive deeper, Karen. So are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So the name of the company is, sorry,
The training boutique.
The training, but no, the training,
Boutique.
Yeah. The training boutique. Oh, I didn't write it down, boutique, like that?
Yes.
Okay, so the training of the company is the training boutique. Sorry.
Name, yeah, training boutique.
Oh, sorry. Company is training boutique. What does it do? What do you do? Give me a little bit of context.
So it's to train health professional council.
So its purpose is to train
training of professionals in the
professionals in
psychology, social work.
To train professionals in psychology in what?
Or to provide professionals with skills and knowledge. Health professional council.
Professional in psychology. Sorry, I don't know what's happening to in health professionals. It's in health professional. Can you see? In health professionals. Sorry, provide with skill. What type of skills?
For example, study skills they can share with their clients.
Okay, perfect. With study skills they can share with their clients. Now, the marketing message. Okay, so I want to improve the marketing message. Now, this marketing message, do you want it as a 30-second pitch elevator? Do you want it for your website? What would you like it for?
Is at the stage on Facebook?
I want to improve the marketing message for social media.
Yeah.
For social media posting. And as a branding expert specializing in copyright, right? Please provide an alternative message. Sorry, alternative message that now give me the tone that you want it to be. That is
exciting.
Sorry, motivating, exciting, and get people, sorry, get and achieves conversion optimization, high clicks on my ads. What else would you like?
I think that's commitment to join the workshop.
And commitment, interesting, and commitment to join the workshops offered. Now, can you see the difference? I mean, and I can't see everybody, so that's difficult, but let's now see, we have put the marketing, did we put the marketing message? No, the marketing message is, the marketing message currently is, what is it again? Sorry, apologies.
Learning designed for you.
Designed for you. Okay. By the way, I'm using ChatGPT 4, so this is the upgraded version. Optimized version, empower your clients, elevate you. But so it gives you the, remember that I've done quite a much sophisticated prompt, and then it
Has the Zoom frozen, I think.
Ariellah, I think you've frozen. I'm sure Punsel will sort everything out. Please hold on for a few seconds. I'm sure it'll be sorted quickly.
back. I'm back. I don't know which part you missed, but I need to share again, right? 1 second. Because, Karen, we're going to do something very cool just now. Let's go back to ChatGPT. And sorry, I don't know if you've seen the suggestion that it made.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear.
Seeing it now?
Okay, so the original was learning designed for you. They give you the optimized version. Empower your clients, elevate your practice, master study skills that stick. Join the training boutiques, expert-led workshops created specifically for health professionals, practical tools, proven strategies, real impact. Why? And it tells you why it works, right? Now, and we're not going to do it now, but the best thing is to actually explore, tweak, and revise, repeat. So you can get the best if you go back to ChatGPT and you say to him, listen, it's too long, or can you make it shorter? Can you make it longer? however you want to change it. But I do want us to do something with are you happy with empower your clients, elevate your practice, master study skills at sticks? Karen?
I think we can go with it for now, but master study skills, help your clients master study skills, because it's for the professional to help their clients, not for the professional to have the study skills. The professional to help give to their clients.
Okay, so that's okay. So we can say the clients are actually are the professionals. You're saying, right?
It's for the professionals, for another counselor or social worker to work with their clients and give them the learning skills. So it's
okay. So the clients of the company are the professionals that work with their clients. Is this what you're saying? With their clients to improve study skills, right?
Yes.
Okay, so please correct. So this is why it's so important to be very specific. And, you know, if we had the time, we would actually have, we would have done a different exercise, which I'll show you just now. Give your clients the skills to learn better and live better? No. Join the training boutiques, expert-led workshops made for health professionals like you. Evidence-based study strategies, practical tools you can start using tomorrow, training that transform how your clients retain and apply information. Empower your clients by strengthening your toolkit. Do you like that?
Yes.
Listen, another way to go about it, which I'll talk about, is that to improve our own prompting skills, we can use ChatGPT as a coach. I'll talk to you about that just now. But I'm just going to copy that because of short of time. And I'm going to go into, where is it? I want to go to Suno. Why can't I see that? One second, I just want to go into, I want us to create a jingle for High FM. Okay, so let me just do that. Okay, so can you see Suno? Can you see the platform?
No.
No, okay, let me just do it again. We go back and share. Oh, here it is. I found it. Now we're going to go into this very cool platform. And we're going to create a jingle for Karen. Okay. Create a jingle. How do you spell jingle? Jingle for a local radio station. Karen, how long do you want the jingle to be?
How long am I allowed? 10 seconds?
10 seconds? Of 10 seconds? What style do you want the jingle to be? Do you want it pop, jazz? Anything special that you like?
Jazz.
Pardon?
Jazz.
Jazz. A jazz style. And would you like instruments? Any specific instruments?
Saxophone.
Ooh, include saxophone. How do you spell saxophone? Saxophone.
Say exact.
SAXOPHON. Saxophone. And do you want a female, male voice?
Female.
Female voice. And the message is to promote the training boutique. And the slogan, you can choose the slogan, whether you want a new one or just because of time. And the slogan is, what do you want the slogan to be?
learning designed for you. Keep that.
Learning designed for you. Anything else that you would like in that jingle?
How to contact, maybe? Where?
And contact will include contact, which is what? Include contact. What do you want? Number, phone number, or?
Yeah, phone number.
What's the number?
083.
Yes.
695.
695.
3136.
3136. Okay, let's create. Take some time. And it will give you two options, but we can, matter of time, just okay. Karen, you have two options to choose from. Let's start this one. You listening?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, can I just ask if you can tell me if you can hear it or not?
No.
You can't hear?
No,
One
no.
second. No worries.
The Training Boutique, it's all for you.
Can you hear, Karen?
Learning tailor-made, just take the cue. Dial 08369533136. We'll guide you through.
Okay, so let's see. It gives you another option. By the way, this is a free version.
Oh, come and see where dreams come true. The Training Boutique, it's all for you. Learning tailor-made, just take the cue. Dial 08369533136. We'll guide.
Karen, I can send it to you if you like. You can send it to Chaya Fan.
I'll send it on.
You like
Thank
it?
you. It's like an early birthday present for tomorrow. Thank you, Ariellah.
Oh my God. Okay. So I've got your number actually. It's on the jingle. There's no ways I can miss it. So I'll send you that jingle.
So cute. Wow.
Okay, so now I'm gonna share back into my presentation. Let me just share. Oh, wait. Present. Okay, so let's look at really, I mean, it takes more time to create a very good prompt. What you get, what you give is what you get. So really look, so we can look at the abbreviation of give. And the give comes, the gives is goal. What do you want out of this prompt? So be clear, specific. You see how the questions I asked Karen, she really had to think about. Input, so provide the context. The more context you provide, the better. The voice, you can say, do you want it professional? Do you want it fun? Do you want engagement? Write down the role. This is the big difference. So even when you ask something, I know many of you use AI before you go to the doctor. So actually ask it as a specialized doctor in gastrointestinal or ENT or whatever. So when you ask ChatGPT to play a role, it becomes better. And then refine, reprompt. Don't ever get the first prompt unless you really, really like it. What's that? Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So now, it's not a simple thing to become an expert in prompting. It takes practice, practice, practice. So the way you can actually learn how to do proper prompting is various. You can follow on social media, whatever social media you use. You could use, there's a lot of people on social media suggesting types of prompting and improving your prompt. But you can use, for example, whether it's ChatGPT, Google Gemini, whatever platform you use, you can use them to improve your prompting. Make them your personal prompting coach. And for example, So for example, what I would have done with Karen, I would say, okay, let's take the prompt that we've written and let's improve it. And how to improve it? We say, I want to write a high quality prompt that will get me the best possible response from ChatGPT. Help me refine my prompt by asking me clarifying questions and suggesting improvements. My initial prompt idea is the following. So don't give up on to say, oh, I can't actually do prompting. Learn, explore, tweak, revise, and repeat. This is will be included in your pack. You know, when you do go on to Suno, it's a lot of fun. I've sent songs to my niece, and I've created a song for Ort. So it's a real fun, and you can utilize it for whether it's your website or if you're sending it to the radio and so on. I want to take you into, if we got the time, perfect. Okay, I want to take you into a wonderful AI tool. Okay, I need to then, it's called Notebook. Is any one of you familiar with Notebook? Let me see, share. Oh no, I'm sharing the same, sorry. I need to go back 1 second. I'm going to, sorry, I need to, screen sharing. I need to go into, sorry, I'm going to go into Notebook. This is one of the most amazing tools I've used. Let me share now. Okay. Imagine a situation. Okay, can you see it? No, share. 1 second. Share. Can you see it now? Okay, right. A situation where you have mountain of information that you need to sift through. So whether you are a student, a teacher, a researcher, or a project manager that needs to put reports together, and you need to, there's a lot of reading that you need to do. Plus, I'll give you an example. I was reading lots of articles around education, from education to employment. I was doing this article for Jewish Life, and I read a lot of documents. And then, you know, when you read quite a lot, and I'll show you what it looks like, Notebook, and I'm on Notebook Plus, although there is a free version. The reason I'm on Notebook Plus, it's because it's Google. So I'm on Google Plus. So Notebook comes with the Notebook Plus, but the Google Notebook LM free will still give you the same advantages. You can load up to 50 resources, whether it's 50 articles, whether it's 50 resources that you need to learn overnight. Many of the youngsters or kids that you have that leave things for the last minute. And it will then summarize it for you. And you can then also ask it questions. And it even has questions itself that it proposes. You can even create study guides. So for example, if you've got a lot of information and you want to create a study guide, you can create a study guide, or you can even ask it for a brief document. But what's really also cool about it is that and Notebook LM will only use the resources that you have included in the resource tab here. And it can, as I said, I think you can put up to 50 documents. You can do PDF. You can put a link to a YouTube. You can do a link to a Google document. So there's a lot of ways also that you can. So for example, if I go to Plus and I say create new, it will give you the way that you can upload it, whether you upload it from your computer or you can upload a link from a website, and then you add here as many resources as you want. And then when you want to summarize or really look at what, if you have questions or that you specifically want to find about the documents that you've put, you put the prompt in here, and then as you can see, I haven't put anything, so it's not giving me the option to create study guide and all that. So that's how you use the notebook. But what's very cool is that many of us are more audio, cannot read. And I think it's the more we are using AI, the more we are using the devices, we less maybe we more into the audio, to listening, to reading. So what it does, it also creates an audio version in a form of a mini podcast. So for example, if you want to create a podcast, you could actually create a podcast that way. Now, I did nothing. I just put a resource. I've put out newsletter. That was last year when I showed my team of this tool, and it created a mini podcast from this document. But it can obviously do it from a whole lot of resources.
Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
It's great to be here.
Today we're looking at the September
Sorry, can you hear? They can hear? Okay.
2024 newsletter from ORTSA.
Oh yeah, this one's packed with all sorts of interesting stuff.
It really is. There are some great stories about their achievements and some hints at what they have planned for the future.
Plus, a deep dive into skills development and economic empowerment here in South Africa.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
One thing that really stood out to me was ORTSA's reimagined vision.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about you, but for me, it was like a jaw-dropping. You can then, before last year, there wasn't a possibility, but you can now share the audio. Because when they actually created this platform, you could only share a link that goes into your notebook. Now, what's also nice is that you can create that you can also share with other collaborators. So you can work on similar things together with other people. And now that you can share the podcast, you could actually now, your business can actually start creating podcasts in literally minutes. By the way, are there any questions that I need to answer in the meantime while I am going back to my presentation?
Please, Ariellah, Karen had a question about the copywriting of the music, and she said with copyright, is the royalties not an issue? And Odette asked also with regards to Suno, is it possible to use other people's music and not have legal problems?
Okay, definitely not. It's a very, very interesting question. Sorry, I just want to go back to my, sorry, I just want to go back to my, sorry, one second. Can you see my slides now? No, okay, sorry, one second. All right, so there isn't any, as far as I know, and things change very drastically on a daily basis, there isn't really any policy around copyright. And if you Google, you'll see Sam Altman interview with, Sam Altman is the CEO of OpenAI, and he was interviewed by the founder of TED, talking to him about exactly that, copyright issues. And he didn't really have an answer. But I think we should have, when I produce document and I create image or a video, I always put the reference of where I got that image or video or graphic. So I say a reference. You can look at my blog as well. On my blog, I use a lot of AI. By the way, on my blog is WordPress. So WordPress now is incorporated AI, and it suggests to me even images. But when I put the image, I will put source WordPress AI. So I think that's something that we need to sort of, as a community, agree to do that. So for example, if we were to send it to High FM, the jingle that Karen did, I really hope, I know Eileen had this idea, I don't know if they'll allow it, we'll say this was created by suno.com. So I think that's at the moment, governments are really struggling with putting policies in place, because then it limits what can be done. I don't know if I answered, but I may have sounded like Sam Altman, who didn't give us a satisfied answer, but this is where the situation is. It's a very good question. Any other questions that I need to? Yes.
Okay, Lisa Bunston, she asked if it's possible that you can change the accent on NotebookLM.
The accent?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I never tried it, but Lisa, now recently, NotebookLM came up with 50 languages. So you can load different documents in different languages even, or let's say it's very big now in Israel. They just found out about it. Like Israel is all the influencer from Israel are talking about this notebook LM because now you can do it in Hebrew. But more than that, you can just it's not only those 50 languages, you can mix different languages together, and then you can choose on Notebook LM on the setting what language output you want it to be. I don't know about the accent. That's interesting. I think it will come because as you could see, I can't customize it because if I want to have two ladies speaking or one person speaking, I can't change it. At the moment, it's a male and a female. But soon, I have no doubt you will be able to get to the point of customizing who you want to speak. And even I think you can, when I played around with it, you could, with a Google Plus, you could actually customize what they're saying. You can change and edit. But these things come and go because I've tried it a few days ago and then I looked at it afterwards and I couldn't find a customized one. But then you can always, when you do the prompt, you can ask, please do the following accent and see what happens. Although it doesn't have a prompt there. Sorry, Notebook LM doesn't have a prompt. But that's to come. Any other questions?
Yes, Ariellah, there was another question from Gary Allen. He wanted to know if you need to retype each prompt with each improvement to the prompt.
No. So on the contrary, you don't want to start a new chat with a new prompt. You want to keep, okay, I know we don't have time, and Tracy, I told you I'm not going to, no, actually, it's very important that you keep on the same tab when you improve because ChatGPT, the AI learns from how you want to talk, what message you want to have. You don't want to start a new tab, although you can turn ChatGPT in your personal assistant. If you go into the setting and in the setting, you make sure that the memory, can't remember exactly what it's called, the memory tab is on, because then it will remember the way you like to talk. So that's one element. But most definitely, when you have a prompt and you carry on improving, keep on the same tab. Don't start a new one. Any other questions?
Ariellah, I would like to include Dean Furman's radio interview in the chat.
Oh, wait, I will get there. Trace, wait.
Perfect,
I'll get
thank
there.
you.
I'll get there. So just let me see if there's anything that I forgot. Okay, so now very important is how do we keep with the trends? And that's something that I've learned from Dean Furman, and I'll talk about Dean Furman's, I don't know if David Zeidel is here, but David Zeidel is hosting a Hotjet radio show every Thursday evening. A must listen. I will actually end with that. But that's what I've learned actually from Dean Furman. He says, how do you keep with trends? You follow the top companies that are in the field of AI. You follow influencers on social media, look at podcasts, YouTube, and so on. Explore GPT applications, the demos, I think I showed it to you. And whatever you use, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, whatever it is, ask them or it or who he or she for trend updates in your field directly. So let's take one step at a time. So in the pack that you will get the suggestions for companies to follow. I don't know what social media you're in, whether LinkedIn, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, Instagram. I follow a lot on Instagram. I didn't put the Instagram, it's just a lot. And I followed it. So I first follow the top companies. And once you start following the companies, you can see which influencers suits you to follow. I did put some influencers here. But again, it's not, in your industry, you will then, I'm sure, find your own influencers that you can follow that specifically talk about AI and certain platforms that you use. And I loved really Dean's suggestions, and I've actually played around with it myself, and it's phenomenal. This is a suggested prompt. You don't have to use this prompt, but let's say I'm the founder, CEO of company, the training boutique, a leading training healthcare professionals in South Africa. I seek a monthly expert curated briefing on global and national trends impacting my industry, whether it's healthcare professional, study skills, whatever it is. Please provide bullet point summaries with detailed insight, credible sources for each point. So you can also go into deep search. But if you use the free version, I would ask for credible sources, because then the source, when you ask for credible sources, it actually gives you the link to the source, which then actually expand your horizon about where the trends are going in your industry. Implications and strategic recommendation relevant to my company's objective in enhancing whatever it is that you're doing and organizational sustainability. And it is actually quite amazing. Now, I do different prompts every time, and I get them. I actually found out a lot of stuff, and I know my team gets sometimes late night messages from me. Hey, check the following and check the following article. So that's most definitely a very great way to keep yourself up to date. Again, using ChatGPT or Google Gemini, whatever you use as your coach. Here you have sort of giving you a little bit more background. I'm not going to go through it about benefits of AI in business. This is really iceberg, sketch of what you can do. And really, if we're looking, are there any questions before all good? Are there any questions? Well, I'm good with the time. No, perfect. So what are the key takeaways? I know many of you had the emoji that looked very scared and confused and not sure. Can you then maybe share with me your emoji now? And are you feeling more relieved? Are you feeling more excited? Are you feeling in love with what you can do? Do you feel curious? Or are you still with that emoji, which was it, the ghost? So if you don't mind to share your emoji on the chat, yay! Okay, Tracy, that you don't count. I'm sorry. I know you're always excited. Lisa, oh, she kiss. Okay, so thank you. Please carry on, and let me just go through the key takeaways that I hope you can be excited about. Really looking at AI not as a scary acquaintance that you want to avoid, but really be curious about this new, or for somebody it may not be new, but really as a modern genie that give you the powerhouse to your business. I hope that you came out with the understanding of the importance of effective prompting, where the prompting is clear, where you have very specific, and don't forget the role modeling, the voice, the tone, and also that you came out of how to keep ahead with the trends. And just to end up, these are the resources I use. So these slides, by the way, were created by Gamma.app. Now, this is the free version that I used, and it saved the time that I had to create this presentation by days, not hours, days, because I'm not a graphic designer. My team is stretched with work, and I couldn't go to my team and say, hey, I need your help with doing this design of the slides. And if you look at what was my original slides, it were like really did not look presentable. I then created the framework for what I knew what I wanted to discuss, what I wanted to chat to you about. And I then put it into Gamma.app, and it created it saved within minutes. It saved me the days of work for me specifically. I mean, maybe for somebody it would be 4 hours of saving, and the rest that I've mentioned. And really, I just want to end with recommending you to book in your diary Thursdays, 6 to 7 p.m. The AutoJet Business Show, hosted by the remarkable David Zeidel. Really, it gives you insights not only on businesses, on life, because he interviews entrepreneurship from various industries and really gaining lessons and insights about their success and challenges. And I'm leaving you here with a quote from Dean Furman, who's a specialist on AI, who's been on the show. And he said, if you use AI or you don't use AI in your business, it's like you're walking or driving. That's the power of AI. So using AI in your business is like choosing between walking to your destination or driving there. You will get to the same place on both ways, but one gets you there faster, less effort, and leaves you with more energy to do what matters. That's a quote from Dean Furman. Thank you so much.